Okay, well, Xin Chao, everyone. Hello, how are you?
Good afternoon, Rick.
How are you, Nam?
A bit tired. I just had a long trip.
Sorry, you just had a long...
I just visited my uncle.
Oh, a long trip you're talking about. A
Yeah.
long trip. Okay, how long?
I don't think it's that long. I feel just tired today
Right,
because of the weather, I guess.
sure. Is it still cold today?
Yeah, the temperature is dropping right now because they forecast that it's going to rain and get colder.
Okay. How cold is it?
I guess 16.
16. Okay, it's getting quite cold.
Yeah, it's dropped down to only 10 at night. So
Okay. Wow, starting to get a little bit chilly.
yeah, colder than last year's winter.
Right, right. Okay. Hello, Michael. How are you?
I am very tired right now.
Everyone's tired. Okay.
I just got a vaccine shot the 2 days before, and now
Right. How do you feel after the shots?
my left arm got paralyzed, and
Really?
I get a very bad headache, and I fall asleep for about 4 hours.
Wow, that's no good. Was that your first shot or your second shot?
That was my second shot.
Okay. Okay. I guess that proves the vaccine is working, so I've heard. When I had my second shot, I had a similar reaction to you. I
Oh, yeah.
had sore arm and I felt a little bit like I had the flu. I had my muscles were aching a little bit
Yeah.
and this lasted for 2 or 3 days. But after that, I was okay.
Yeah.
I hope you're okay soon. I hope you're okay soon, Michael.
Thank you.
Okay, who else is here? Zung Ha, hi.
Hi.
Hi, can you turn your cameras on, please, everyone? So I can see you. Okay,
Hi.
I can see you, Michael. Zung Ha, hi, how are you?
Feel okay. I just
That's
got
good.
the second shot on the last Thursday.
Right, how do you feel?
I feel nothing.
Nothing, that's good.
Even in
That's
the
good,
first
great.
shot, I feel
Yeah,
nothing.
great, that's good, that's good. I felt nothing for the first shot, but I was like Michael for the second shot, felt a little bit sore. But yeah,
First two shot, I feel nothing, like very
yeah,
normal.
good. But I'm glad you are protected now. That's great. Hello, Viet Lin. How are you? Hello,
Hi,
Viet Lin. Hi. You're tired too. Have you had a new haircut since I saw you last
yes.
2 weeks ago? Okay, a new haircut looks very cool. Very cool, Viet Lin.
Thank
Very
you.
cool haircut. Okay, how much for a haircut in Hanoi? How much do you pay?
It can range from like 20 to 100, depending on what you get your head at, I guess.
Right, 20 to
Depending on the
100.
service.
You mean US dollars?
Vietnam dong. Vietnam dong.
Sorry,
It's Vietnam
in
dong.
Vietnam dong. Okay, how much is that in dollars?
Four or
About
five is
$4.
maximum. Yeah.
Yeah, 5. Wow, very cheap compared to New Zealand.
Yeah.
In New Zealand, for a haircut, for me to get a haircut is about 20, 25 US dollars.
Oh, that's a lot.
Wow.
It is a lot, very expensive here, and worse for women, much worse, double for women. Hello, Tone, how are you?
All right, I'm fine.
Good to see you. Hello, Knock, how are you?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm okay.
Good. I can hear you nice and clear. Thank you. Thank you, Not. Hello, Paula.
Hi.
Hi, Paula. How are you?
Yeah, I'm kind of happy.
I heard that you did very well in your test.
Yeah, and
Your mum told me.
I've also done all of my final exams.
Yes.
Yeah,
What
so
happened? What happened?
no, I just don't have to study that much anymore. So I'm kind of elated.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Elated. Great word. Great word, Paula. Elated. Well, congratulations on doing so well in your test. That's excellent.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And who else have we got? Hakan. Hello, Hakan.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. And you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. So today in Western countries is the day after Christmas Day, of course, which is called Boxing Day. And it's also a holiday. The boxing, by the way, has nothing to do with fighting, nothing to do with boxing fighting. It's to do with on this day a long time ago, people who were like interns or apprentices, they used to get a special box from their employer with some money or some gift in it. The day after Christmas, they used to get a box which contained some present, some gift. So the day became known as Boxing Day, and it still is. So like I say, nothing to do with boxing, fighting. It's to do with getting a box. But no one does that anymore. But it's still called Boxing Day, and it's still a public holiday too in most Western countries. Okay, so I will show you what we're going to do today. All right, so I'm going to give you a quick talk about what is called the fluency formula. Hopefully this will help some of you with your talking. I'll explain a bit more about that. Then I'm going to give you to give me just a quick talk on this subject. Then I'm going to give you a short test. Again, most of you will know the words on this test, but it is always good to have a refresher or to revise some of this. And today, I know we spent last Sunday doing mostly talking, so we're going to do some writing today. I'm going to run through the introduction to writing task 2, Ielts writing task 2 for you, and get you to practice paraphrasing a couple of essay topics. So that is today's program. Any questions for me before I start? No? Okay, good. All right, I'll just give you a quick look at this, which is called the fluency formula. And it's called the fluency formula because the idea is to get you speaking more fluently. Now, most of you can already speak. In fact, all of you can already speak quite fluently. This is just maybe to give you a little bit of revision and just to help you if you are having a little bit of trouble sometimes. So there are 3 easy steps for speaking fluently. Repeat, as I'm sure you've all learned by now, the more you repeat something, the better you get at it. Substitute is where you take a sentence. I'll go through this in detail shortly, but it's where you take a sentence and you change 1 or 2 of the words in it, just so you don't get too bored with repeating it over and over again. And make it true is the last one. And again, I'll explain this in a little more detail shortly, but the idea is if you make something true, then you are more likely to remember it. For example, if you like football and you make your practice around football words, then you are more likely to remember it because you like football and it means something to you. Okay, so I'll just talk quickly about this chunks, which is spelled C-H-U-N-K-S. A chunk of language is 2 or 3 words put together. Chunk in English means a piece of something. It's a synonym for piece. Piece as in P-I-E-C-E. So for example, you can have a chunk of bread a piece of bread. You can have a chunk of metal, a piece of metal, a chunk of wood, a piece of wood, and so on. So chunk means a piece of something. And a chunk of language is 2 or 3 words put together into a piece of vocabulary. For example, collocations, grammatical patterns, idioms, phrasal verbs are all chunks of language. A chunk of language, a collocation, by the way, for those of you who might have forgotten, is a group of words that tend to occur together. A group of words that tend to occur together, such as, what is an example of a collocation? Can anyone give me one before I give you one? Can anyone give me an example of a collocation? A group of 2 or 3 words that occur together. Anyone think of one? Paula, can you give me one?
There's a lot, but I can't think about one now.
Okay,
Because
doesn't
the
matter.
moment.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so a collocation, words like a light sleeper. Light sleeper is a collocation. Or something like early riser. I'm an early riser means I get up early. Early riser is a collocation, 2 words that often go together. So light sleeper, early riser, there are lots of them. So they are chunks of language. So the idea is when you're listening to understand something in English, you listen for chunks of language rather than each individual word. Grammatical patterns such as I'm going to, or you should have, or I'd rather. Okay, so you don't listen and try to translate each individual word by itself. You listen for the chunk of language. Would you like? Would you like? Would you like a cup of tea? Would you like a bowl of rice? Bowl of rice, by the way, is a collocation. Okay, a group of words that go together. Bowl of rice is a collocation. Or fillers such as by the way, by the way. So you don't think of the 3 words individually, you listen for the whole chunk of language and how it sounds. And you can see there I've got a couple of examples of phrasal verbs such as let's put it off, or I get up at 8 a.m. All right, these are sample chunks. I want to show you 3 easy steps to speaking fluently, just like this. So the idea of this is that you take the chunks of language and you put them into the fluency formula. For example, I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Hanoi. I want to go to Ho Chi Minh City. So when you're listening to unfamiliar phrases, you're listening for chunks of language. Does this make sense to you, Vietlin?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so I'm saying, so not to listen, if you're listening to something unfamiliar, try not to listen just to individual words, but listen for a chunk of language. Might make it a bit easier for you to understand. And the same thing for when you are practicing. You practice chunks of language rather than each individual word. So for example, you don't go I, and want. You practice it in a chunk. I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Hanoi. And that's where the second one comes in, substitute. I want to go to Hanoi. I want to go to Da Nang. I want to go to New York. So you become more familiar with it, and it's more interesting to substitute the words in your practice phrase. And to help you remember, number 3, you make it true. Okay, so maybe you don't really want to go to Paris, but you would really like to go to Hoi An. So you say, I want to go to Hoi An. And that helps you remember it. Helps you remember the phrase because you really do want to go to Hoi An. Does that make sense to you, Tone?
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand.
Okay, good. All right. So this is just a little, hopefully, tip to help you when you're practicing your English phrases and when you're practicing listening to phrases, to listen for chunks of language rather than individual words. English is full of collocations. I'm sure Vietnamese is similar. All right. And remember, a collocation is a group of words that usually go together. By the way, I'm going to the cafe. I'd rather go to Ho Chi Minh City. Okay, these are just groups of words that go together. So listen for those when you are listening to translate English. And at the same time, when you're practicing, try to practice these chunks, these phrases of language, and that helps you speak more fluently. Okay, so that's my little tip for this lesson. And that's enough speaking from me. Time for you to do some speaking. So here we go. Would you rather? Another collocation, by the way. Would you rather? Would you rather? I want you to give me just a short speech on this, each of you. I'm going to give you just a minute or so to think about this because I don't want to spend too much time on this. Would you rather suddenly become 5 years older or 2 years younger? Okay, so pick one of them, give me a couple of examples why, and finish as always with a tidy one-sentence conclusion. For example, and that's why I would rather suddenly become 5 years older, or I would rather become 2 years younger, or something like that. Some sort of ending like that. Okay, I'll give you a minute or two to think about this. Thank you. So I want you to think about some of the advantages and disadvantages. If you suddenly became 5 years older, what advantages might that bring? Or what disadvantages might that bring? Or if you became 2 years younger suddenly, would that be an advantage or a disadvantage? Okay, another 30 seconds. Okay, let's start. Michael, would you like to go first, please? Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mark. So remember, there's no time limit or time barrier for this, okay? Just
okay.
give me a quick talk and then have a conclusion at the end. So whenever you're ready, please.
I would rather to become 2 years younger because, as a wise man once said, youth is treasure. And I want to become younger because I get adored when I was young. I can, my parents normally give me a lot of stuff when I was young, and at that age, I assume that I was a very, very, I forgot, very, maybe, I forgot the word, but okay,
That's okay. Keep going. Keep going.
that is the advantage of me being younger, but the disadvantage is you will be controlled by your parents since you haven't grown yet. And some of the advantage for the 5 years older is that you can finally live from your parents' hands, like escape from your parents' hand. Escape from your parents' hand, you can freely do whatever you want. For example, if you want to play with your friends, your parent won't be able to stop you because you've grown up, and that's all your decision to make. And the disadvantage for being 5 years older is that you won't get your parent won't care about you anymore. So you have to do it yourself, make money, care about your life. And that's why I would rather be 2 years younger because,
Okay.
yeah, I guess.
Okay. Okay, Michael. So just at the end there, your last line, which was fine, you just need to say it with more conviction. Okay. That's why I would rather be 2 years younger. Okay. Remember I talked about this before about finishing with a down tone. Okay. That's why I would rather be 2 years younger. Not, that's why I would rather be 2 years younger. It sounds, if you say it that way, it sounds like you are not sure.
Yeah, I
Okay.
forgot.
So you need to say it with more conviction is the word. Conviction. Okay. Conviction means with more
Okay.
certainty. This is what I am sure of. Okay.
Okay.
That was good. Michael, you always come up with good advantages and disadvantages. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
You always think of good reasons. Just a couple of quick corrections. I think you said at the beginning, I would rather to become 2 years younger. Okay.
No,
It doesn't need a to. You don't need to say to. You also said leave from your parents' hands. Is that right? I think that's what you said.
Yeah.
Okay, which isn't quite correct English, of course. You don't say leave from your parents' hands in English. You just easy to say just to leave your parents or leave your parents. You don't need to say hands. Okay, and the other one, I think you said you can freely do. You can freely do something. That's not quite correct. You need to say free to do. You will be free to do what you like.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so just a few small corrections there, but otherwise very good, Michael. Thank you. And I always like the fact that even when you can't remember the word, you don't panic. It's very good. Okay, you don't let that worry. That's good. That's good. If you have to do this in a real speaking test, that is good. Don't panic. Just like you say, just say, oh, I can't remember the word at the moment. Can't think of the word, and then just go on. So you're doing the right thing, Michael. That's great. Okay, Viet Lin, please.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
So between suddenly becoming 5 years older and suddenly 2 years younger, I would rather be uh, 2 years younger because, well, that would means I would have more time to live and do whatever that I want to do when I'm young, I guess. And when I am suddenly 5 years older, I guess that I would be thrusted into society without any preparation. and so, and doing that, I guess that I would panic and I wouldn't be able to adapt faster. And so that's why between suddenly becoming 5 years older and 2 years younger, I would rather be 2 years younger. That's it.
Okay, again, so same thing that I said to Michael Vietlin. Okay, well, you need to finish your last sentence with conviction. Okay, like you are sure. All right. So again, so you said the right words, which is good, but just make sure you say it like you mean it. Okay.
Okay.
And that's why I would rather be 2 years younger. Okay.
Okay.
End of story. Okay. Just be more definite, like I say, more confident about saying that. Again, you had some good reasons, Vietlin. I like your reasons. And again, not many mistakes, Vietlin. That was good. I heard you at one stage,
you.
I think you said thrusted when you should have said thrust. You were talking about getting more responsibility, something like that. And I think you
Yes.
said I will be something. I think you said something like I will be thrusted into more responsibility.
Yeah.
But the form you should have said, well, I will be thrust into more responsibility. Okay, but that's all. So just some small mistakes like that with your types of words. But otherwise, that was good, Vietlin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, time for one of the ladies now. Zung Ha, please.
Yes, so I would rather become 5 years older because I think it's the best time of my life because I have I get over 80 and I old enough to do everything like drive a car or take a job. And the important that I won't have to depending on my parents' money. I can do a part-time job to get to earning the money by myself. And in the other hand, if I 2 years younger, I have to still study and don't have earning myself and have to make my parents worry about my study at school. And so conclusion, I think that become 5 years older is very fit for me.
Okay, what was your last sentence, Zung Ha? 5 years older is very what? What did you say? I didn't.
Fit because I don't like come out the word.
Fit. Did you say fit? You mean as an FIT?
Yes.
Okay, not
I
quite
don't
the
think
right
it's
word. Yeah,
right.
not quite the right word. Okay, I think 5 years older. You could use the word fit if you say something like is much more fit for me, but that's a very complicated way of saying it. I think you would say something like 5 years older would suit me much better. Use that word, suit me, SUIT.
Yes, because I cannot think out the word that I want to say.
Sure. Okay. I understand. That's fine. The rest of it, Zung Ha, was actually very good. Okay. Just some small mistakes. Again, good reasons. Okay. You think of very good reasons why you should be 5 years older. Excellent. I think just a couple of word forms that weren't quite right. I think you said dependent on your parents when you should have said depend on your parents. I won't need to dependent on my parents anymore. I think you said. So you should say, I don't need to depend on my parents anymore. You said, if I 2 years younger, what word is missing from that phrase? If I 2 years younger, what word is missing?
If I am.
If I was better. If I was 2 years younger. Or if I am 2 years younger is okay too. But that's correct, okay? So you need another word in between I and 2, okay? If I am 2 years younger or if I was 2 years younger, all right? Funnily enough, you use the past tense when talking and things like this sort of question sometimes. And I think you said conclusion instead of in conclusion.
I said in conclusion, but
You did say in. Okay, I didn't hear
yes.
that. As long as you said it, okay, that's good. Again, Zung Ha, like I said before, good reasons. Okay, lots of good reasons. All right, and very fluent talking too. Very fluent talking. So again, just be careful of some of those word forms. Okay, like depend instead of dependent. All right, just little things, little things. Thank you. Okay, who's next? Michael. Sorry, we had you, Michael. Sorry. Nam. Nam.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Nam, whenever you're ready, please.
Okay, I think I would prefer to become 5 years older rather than being 2 years younger. For the main reason I believe is I want to become older so that I can be independent. I can do whatever I want. Do like my dream. I can finish. I can. How can I say? I can reach what I expected I would do. I can finish it. I can do whatever I dreamed of, and yeah, I would have a perfect life, and I'm ready to be mature. For the opposite side of being older is you can have the time to enjoy your youth, and that would cost you a lot of cost you a lot of fun. I don't know how to say it correctly, but yeah, you can you can't get back those time and having fun, I guess, because all of the pressure in life would tear you apart, basically. And yeah, that's why I think I would become older rather than becoming younger.
Okay, that's why I would rather become older than become younger. Okay,
yeah.
not
I-
becoming younger. I'd
Yeah,
rather
sorry.
be. Yeah, you need become in both sentences. That's why I
Yeah,
would
that's
rather become older than become younger.
yeah, that's
Okay,
my fault.
Nam. Yeah, no, Nam, that was very good. So the only thing, I'm not actually going to, all the English words you used were actually correct, Nam. So well done.
Well,
all
I
correct.
was afraid.
Yeah. So the only thing was you got a little bit lost in the middle of your talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I lost.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So better just to maybe think when you're preparing this, just think of a couple of advantages and a couple of disadvantages. Okay. And that's it.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Is nice and easy. All right. Don't make it too hard for yourself. I know what you were trying to say, and I could hear you thinking. All right.
Yeah.
I could hear you thinking while you were
Bas-
talking.
Basically, I can't choose the word, so
Yes.
then
Yes.
I suddenly
Yeah.
got lost.
I know. So probably better if during your preparation, you just think of 1 or 2 advantages and leave it at that. Okay. Rather than
Okay.
risk getting lost. But you recovered okay. All right. You
Okay.
recovered very well. You got back on track. So that's fine. I think, by the way, one of the words you were looking for is goal. Is that correct?
Yeah, the goal.
Goal. Yeah.
Yeah, my goal. Yeah.
Yeah, I could hear you looking for it. Okay, that's what I
was
mean. I could hear
looking
you
for it.
thinking. Yes, yeah, was the word goal. But that was very good, Nam. Okay, you did fine.
Okay. Thank you.
You did fine. Thank
I
you.
tried to
Oh,
slow down then.
yeah, and you did. You went at exactly the right pace. That was the next thing I was going to say. All right. So well done.
Okay.
Well
Okay,
done,
thank
Nan.
you.
That was good. That was good. And again, the same as what I said to Michael, like you did just then, if you can't think of the word straight away, it's okay to stop for a moment and try to think, just like you did then. So that was good.
Yeah. Okay,
That was
thank
good.
you.
Okay. Tone, please. Tone.
Yeah.
Okay, Tone, whenever you're ready, please.
Um, for me, I would rather to become 2 years younger. I think 2 years is a very long time, and therefore I could have more time to spend for my hobbies. Maybe I will spend it for my family, or I could spend it for like chilling with my friends. Mm, there are many more advantages about uh, 2 years younger. Like I can do things that I haven't done yet, and I can like stay away from doing things that I always been regretted like that. But there are some disadvantages for becoming 2 years younger. Like I will have some limitation due to my age. Like now I am 17 years old, and 2 years younger I will be 15 years old, and I can not do a lot of things until I 16. So however, that's why I would rather become 2 years younger.
Okay, that was very good, Tone. That was great.
Yeah.
That was good. So there was a good pace, Tone. Okay, you didn't go too slow. You didn't go too fast. Okay, you had some good reasons there. And again, I will just say, as I've said to the others, just at the end there, you need to make sure you finish with conviction. Finish like you are very confident. Okay, and that's why I would rather be 5 years older.
Yeah.
That's why I would rather be 2 years younger. Again, like I said before, if you finish going on a slightly uptone, it sounds a little bit less confident. All right, so you want to make sure you sound confident by finish going down. That's why I would rather be 5 years older. Okay, I'm going down. All right, but the rest of that was fine, Tone. That was good. Thank you. Okay, Knock, please. Knock.
Hello.
Hello, Knock. How are you?
Okay. So,
Okay.
I prefer suddenly becoming 2 years younger to becoming 5 years older, because I feel regret at some missed opportunities in the past. I mean, I should have studied harder in order to be a student of my dream high school, but I didn't. And actually, having a chance to become 2 years younger also helped me to have more time for prepare for the Ielts examination, and spend more time for my family and friends. And that's the reason why I could rather be 2 years younger.
Okay. That was fine, Knock. Just so you had some good reasons, okay, and you spoke very well. So just 2 quick corrections. I heard you say cause instead of because. It's better in this situation to say because, all right? Cause is a little bit too informal for this sort of talk. So better to say because. And what was the other one I want? I think you talked about spending time With my family and friends is what you should have said. Maybe you missed out the with. Spend time, family and friends. Maybe I didn't hear the with in there, I think. Okay, but the rest of that was fine. All right, Doc? Okay,
Oh,
so you,
okay.
yeah, you did fine. You did fine. And my only other thing to say to your speech was, don't look back too much. Okay, all right. Even though it's tempting to say, oh, I wish I had more time to study and learn for my IELTS. I wish I'd been a better student. Okay. Looking back, and I say this as an older person, looking back doesn't do you any good. Okay. You still have to look forward. All right. So please don't regret too much. All right. So you learn from that experience and then you look forward. So you might say, well, I wish I had studied more 2 years ago, but can't do anything about that now. So from now on, I will be a better student. Does that make sense, Nock?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, who's next? Hakan. Hakan, please. Hakan.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Hakan. Yes, I can. So whenever you're ready, please.
Okay, I think I would rather suddenly become 2 years younger because if I become younger, I will be a lot stronger than now. Second problem is now the teacher teach me very hard things, but if 2 years ago, I can learn more easy things.
Keep going.
And the third, I will have more time with my family and can spend more time on my hobbies. Yeah, we become 5 year older is although becoming 5 year older is very good. You won't have to study anymore, and parents won't manage you too much. But no, I still want to enjoy my youth for as much as I can, and that's why I would rather be 2 years younger.
Okay. Okay, that's good, Hakan. All right, that's very good. So again, some good reasons. And again, you spoke at the right pace, not too fast, not too slow. There's only one small mistake I heard you make. You talked about the teacher. You said the teacher teach me something. It should be the teacher teaches me. Teachers. Okay, you need to use that form of the present tense. The teacher teaches me. I can't remember what you said. He is teaching you. But you said teacher, yeah. You said teacher teach me. Should be teacher teaches me.
Yeah, teach now they teach very hard things. So if
Yeah.
I'm 2 years younger, I can learn easier thing.
Maybe. But then of course you will be 2 years less experienced, I guess. Yeah, but that was very good, Hakan. Okay, good talk. Okay, hardly any mistakes. Thank you. Okay, Paula. Paula, please.
Yes, so to be honest, I would rather be 2 years younger because I would have less stress and fewer responsibilities. For instance, I have more time to have fun, spend time for myself, as well as be taken care and favored by my parents, rather than do tons of homework and worry about finding scholarships. Being 5 years older, however, I will have been in university at that time, I guess. So I would have to seek for a part-time job or even being financially independent and live on my own if I go study abroad then. So apparently there's a lot to handle. You have to be more mature, have to cope with pressures perpetually. That's why I would prefer to be 2 years younger.
Okay, very good, Paula. Very good. I have no corrections to make for you, Paula. Okay, that was very well done. Okay, all your English was excellent. The only one I would be a little bit picky about, what did you say? Can you remember the sentence you said where you used the word perpetually?
Cope with pressures.
Yeah, I think you said cope with pressures perpetually. Is that right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I think it's probably better English to put the perpetually in a different part of the sentence, all right, rather than at the end of the sentence. So you would say something like, I would have to perpetually cope with pressure.
All right.
Okay, so it's better to have perpetually in the middle of the sentence rather than at the end. All right, it's not wrong to have it at the end. Okay, so you didn't make a mistake really, but a native speaker would probably put it in the middle. That's all. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, well done, Paula. So like I say, that wasn't wrong. So there were no mistakes. No mistakes. That was very good, and good use of words too. Kian, is Kian here? I didn't hear from Kian before. Are you there, Kian?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Kian. I didn't see you at the start.
Yeah, my connection is a little bit bad.
Okay, it's working fine now. Welcome to the class, Kian. Good to have your company this afternoon. All right, so if you are ready, please.
Yes. So I would rather become 5 years older. So the first reason that comes to my head is I want to know if I can be taller than I am now. I am considered pretty short at my age right now. And people often say that I was already 17, that I can't grow any more taller. And the second reason is that I want the freedom of an adult. I will still keep studying, and I want to try to work part-time, and I will not have to rely on my parents. 2 years younger would be great too. But if it were 5 years younger, I would have chosen, because like about 5 years ago, I have a traffic accident that the result is a big lump on my forehead. Though it was permanent on my forehead, it has become smaller, and I still want my old forehead. So, and that's why I would rather become 5 years older.
Okay, thank you, Kian. So again, same thing as I said to some of the others, just make sure you finish your last sentence confidently, okay, with conviction. And that's why I would rather be 5 years older. Okay, you can even make the last 3 words a little bit slower just to give added emphasis to them. It makes it sound like you are more sure about that. That's why I would rather be 5 years older. And again, like I said to the others, make sure you finish on a down tone. And the only other mistake I heard, Kian, was you just said a sentence where you said, I can't get any more taller. I can't get any more taller is what you said to me. You don't need the word more in that sentence. Okay?
Yeah,
you just need to say, I can't get any taller. I can't get any taller. It's perfect. It's perfect English. I'm sorry to hear about your accident, Kian. What happened?
I got crashed into a motorbike, and I
Right.
got my head just like a big hit on the ground, and then
Right.
a big lump on my forehead.
Right. So you weren't wearing a helmet, I guess.
I was. I were.
You were wearing a helmet.
Yeah. But if it's not helping.
Right. Maybe it would have been worse without the helmet. Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't have a helmet on. I'm sorry to hear that, Kian. But I'm glad you're okay. Okay. That's
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, that's a very nasty thing to happen. So were you riding on the back of the motorbike?
No, I would ride bike.
Okay. So sorry, you were riding like a bicycle.
Yeah, I was riding a bicycle.
Yeah. And what? And a motorbike hit you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very nasty. But I'm glad to hear you're okay, Kian. But it must have been very, very frightening at the time. Okay, so thank you for sharing that with me, Kian, and thank you for telling me about it. So you told it well enough that I understood your story. So that's great. And okay, so thank you everyone for those speeches, which were all pretty good, actually. You'll notice all the corrections I made were only small ones, so you are getting better. The only comment I have to make is just, again, watch those little words, all right? Like ins and ofs and ands sometimes. Just watch the form of the word you are using. Some of you were using the incorrect form of the word. I know that's difficult sometimes. It's just practice, which is why we're doing this. Okay, and the only other thing for those of you who picked what age is supposed to be a good age, I know most of you are around 16, 17, 15, so 5 years older would make you around 20, 21, 22. I read somewhere once that the perfect age is supposed to be 24. 24 is supposed to be the perfect age. So by then you are fully physically mature, your brain is mature, and you are also as strong as you are going to be at any time of your life. Okay, and you are also, if you are a woman, the most beautiful. If you are a man, the most handsome you are ever going to be when you are about 24. I don't know if that's true or not. Okay, but that's just what I read somewhere. So 24, around 24, 25 is supposed to be the perfect age. And by that stage, of course, you've passed all your exams, most of your exams, okay, and you feel more confident about life too. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to have a short break just for a couple of minutes so you can go to the bathroom or get a drink, and then we'll come back and then we will do the verb test and have some writing practice. All right, so I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Thank you. Okay, everyone, welcome back. Ah, Mrs. Ha, how are you? Sorry, I can't hear you, Mrs.
Yeah, okay,
Ha.
thank you. I'm fine.
Oh, good. Nice to see you again. Okay, everyone, we're going to do this. All right. Again, this is a test from a book I've got about common mistakes that students make in the Ielts exam. So I'm sure you are familiar with most of these words. Again, this is just a revision for you, just to give you more practice at using them. So you will see these words here. All right, there are 14 verbs. 14 verbs. See, compares, lowered, suggest, reduce, rose, fallen, raised, shows, dropped, fell, illustrates, reaching, and show. Okay, there are 10 blank spaces. All right, 10 blank spaces in these 10 sentences. But I want you to see if you can use all 14 verbs, okay? Because some of the sentences you can put more than one of these verbs into to make it correct. So I'm going to give you 5 or so minutes to do this. I hope you can all see the can I change this? No, I can't. Okay. So I hope you can see all the verbs that need to go into all the sentences. I hope you can see all the sentences. If you can't, let me know, and I will quickly change it. Otherwise, please start now, putting the verbs into the gap in the sentences and see if you can use all 14. Thank you. So, Mrs. Ha, did Jake get his problem sorted out?
Yeah, no, not yet. But I don't know how about this afternoon.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So what happened to the class?
The all students was waiting for more than 30 minutes, and then the class was cancelled.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Very frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating because he said that the Wi-Fi connections was not good and cannot, he couldn't access.
Right.
So
he couldn't go anywhere else. He couldn't go.
he went out, but he said that there is no source opened because of COVID, something like that.
Right. Oh, okay.
I didn't know because yeah, I didn't know about
Okay.
that. Mhm.
Okay. Oh, very frustrating.
Yeah.
So I hope he can get it fixed by later this afternoon.
Yeah, because of this afternoon he still has two more classes.
Mm-hmm.
Rick, would you mind scrolling up a little bit so I can capture the words?
Sure. Like this.
Yes, thank you.
Nam, can you then see all of the 10 questions?
I just capture the words, so
okay.
then I can, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you
Okay.
try
Okay, I
reducing the
finished.
zoom level?
Sorry, try reducing the
zooming on the
okay.
bottom
yeah,
right.
Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Can you still read that? It's
Yes.
getting quite small.
There are two sentences left, 9 and 10. No, so but here. Yes. Okay, that's yeah. I think that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, as long as they can still see all the verbs. Did you hear what I said to the students before, Mrs. Ha?
Yes.
I was telling them about what age is the
Yes.
best age to be. What do you think? I think I've heard that 24 is the best age.
Yeah, that's fine. That's true. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I read that somewhere. Again, I don't know if that is true or not, but 24 is when you are
Yeah.
physically at your peak and also mentally too.
Actually, yes, I think so. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So you and me, we're just a little bit past our peak, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, has anybody not finished yet? Anybody not finished? Okay, great. Okay, Michael, can you read the first sentence for me, please?
The population of the city raised to a high of 2.8 million in 2018.
Not raised, not raised. Nam, can you tell me what it should be?
Number one.
Yes.
Row.
Correct. Rose. The population of the city rose to a high of 2.8 million in 2018. Okay.
I wasn't sure about that.
Okay, you guessed correctly. Can also, while I've got you, Nam, can you give me number 2, please?
Number 2, we can see.
Yeah, can you read the whole sentence,
Okay,
please?
from the chart, we can see that the expenditure on IT has increasingly rapid. It has increased rapidly.
Is correct. Okay, well done. Zung Ha, number 3, please.
The inflation rate has dropped to its lowest point in 10 years.
Okay, it's dropped to its lowest point in 10 years. And there is one more verb from the list that can go in here. Zung Ha, do you know which one it is?
It can be fallen or fallen.
Correct, correct, correct. Well done, Zung Ha. So it can, number 3 can be dropped or fallen. Dropped or fallen is correct. Okay, Viet Linh, number 4, please.
The chart show the amount of water consumed per person in each area.
Okay, the chart, it is shows this one, okay? Has to be
Yes.
shows, not show. The chart shows the amount of water consumed per person in each area. Okay, thank you, Viet Lim. Tone, number 5, please.
Diagram 2.4 shows the life cycle of a butterfly.
Okay, what else could go in there?
Illustrates.
Correct. Okay, so number 5 can be either shows or illustrates. Shows or illustrates. All right, knock, number 6, please.
I think number 6 is shows.
Can you read the sentence, please?
Okay. The results of the survey show that most people are dissatisfied with public transport.
Okay, so it is shows again, okay? Shows. Thank you, Nok. Okay, Hakan. Number 7, please.
The percentage of household without a phone fallen from 23% to just 4%.
Correct. So fell is one, and what is the other one? There's one more. Can also go in there.
Fallen,
No,
reduce,
no,
drop,
dropped. Okay, so dropped and fell are the two verbs that can go in that space. The percentage of households without a phone dropped from 23% to just 4%, or fell from 23. So two of the verbs can go in there.
Can we
Okay.
use lower? Can
No,
we use lower?
not
No.
here,
Okay.
not lowered. No,
Okay.
no. Good try, but not correct. In this case, no, not lowered.
Yeah, I just asked just in case.
Yeah, sure. No, not at all. No, good question, but no, it has to be fell or dropped. All right, because it's such a big gap. Okay, from 23 to 4 is a big gap.
Oh. Okay.
All right. You could say if maybe it went from 23 to 22, you could possibly use lowered. All right.
So lower is used for the
yes,
short gap.
correct. Lowered implies a small gap.
Okay.
Correct. Okay, number 8, please, Paula.
To address the climate crisis, we'll need to reduce the amount of energy we consume.
Correct. Number 9, please, Hakan.
The amount will increase further. Wow, I cannot see the words. Can you?
Sure.
Further reaching.
Correct. Yes, reaching is correct. The
6
amount
million
will, yes,
in 20 and
2030. 2030 is how you say that. 2030. 2030. Yes, the amount will increase further, reaching 6 million in 2030. Reaching is the one. Okay, and Kia, number 10, please.
The Bank of Vietnam has rise interest rate.
Not rise, no. Oh, raised. Is that what you were saying? Sorry? Yes, raised is how you pronounce it. Raised. Yes. The Bank of Vietnam has raised interest rates. All right. And is there another one that can go in there? Raised. No, it has to be raised is the only one. Okay. So again, just to show you, these are the answers. Actually, I'll reduce this so you can see them maybe side by side. Okay, I hope that's not too small for you. All right, so number 1, the population of the city rose. From the chart, we can see. All right, number 3, the inflation rate has fallen. Number 4, the chart compares or shows. Compares or shows. I don't think anyone said compares. Number 5, diagram 2.4 illustrates or shows. Number 6, the results of the survey suggest or show, without the S on the end, suggest or show, dropped or fell, for number 7. Number 8, reduce the amount of energy. Number 9, the amount will increase, further reaching, and raised or lowered, actually. There was another one in there. The Bank of Vietnam has lowered interest rates, so they are opposites. Or the Bank of Vietnam has raised interest rates. All right, so those are the 14. Did anyone get 14? Okay, I'll go through and ask. Michael, how many did you get?
I got like 8 because
8?
I mistake the rows, like the first one.
The very first one, that's right. So the population of the city rose. Okay, you got 8. Nam, how many?
10 or 11 if I'm not sure. 10, yeah.
Okay, 10. Zung Ha, how many, Zung Ha?
I got about 8.
8. Okay, which one did you get wrong, Zung Ha?
I got the 10. I got wrong on the 10, and was that I can't remember.
Okay, number 10 was like I say, it was a little bit tricky because you could use the opposite words in there, raised or lowered. Okay, number 8. Okay, Viet Linh, how many?
I got 11.
11. Well done. Which one did you get wrong, Viet Linh? Do you think?
The number 4 and 8.
4 and 8. The chart.
Yeah.
Okay, so the chart compares or shows. Yes, compares was a bit of a tricky one. Okay, and what was the other one? Number 8.
Number 8.
Okay, we all need to reduce the amount of energy. Okay, 11's very good though. Tone, how many, please?
I'm get about 11.
11. Okay, good. Knock.
I got 12.
12. Excellent. Oh, which one did you get wrong, or which one did you miss out?
The same 10.
The percentage
Yeah.
of households without a phone.
No,
Okay.
the Bank of Vietnam has
Oh, the Bank of Vietnam has raised or
Yeah.
lowered. Yeah, can be raised or lowered. Okay. Again, so that was a tricky one. Okay. Thank you, Knock. Paula, how many?
13.
13. Which one, Paula, was wrong?
I didn't know where to put the compares.
Okay. Yeah, that was a bit tricky. So yeah. Yeah. So in number 4, can you see now, Paula?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well done. 13 is great. Hakan.
I got 8.
8. Okay, Hakan. And Kian, how many?
I got 30.
13. Excellent, Kian. So which one did you miss, Kian?
It's the compare.
The compares. Yeah. Okay, so that was a little bit tricky. So number 4 and number 10 were the tricky ones. All right, but obviously getting 13 is very good. For those of you who got 8, you need to do just a little bit better with the verbs, okay? Should be able to get 10 of them at least. 10 is an okay score. All right, so I hope that was some good practice for you. All right. So what we're going to do now is, with only 15 minutes of the lesson to go, all right, I can see we're not going to get on to the writing, the planning tips. I will quickly go through, I'll get you to do the writing next week. I'll just give you a quick introduction to this now before we go on to the idiomatic expressions. I will quickly share this with you now, just to give you a quick introduction to this. Okay. Paula.
Oh, yeah.
Paula, can you read the paragraph for me, please, starting task 2?
Task 2 is a 250-word essay consisting of an introduction, conclusion. Task 2 are 3 body paragraphs. So 4 or 5 paragraphs in total. It's worth about 66% of your total writing marks. It should take you 40 minutes to write.
Okay, excellent reading, Paula. Thank you. Kian,
Yeah.
okay, can you read for me the common types of essays, please?
The common types of essay opinion, discussion, advantage, disadvantage, direct question, and solution.
That's great. Thank you, Kian. Excellent reading. Okay, so again, just to summarize and reinforce, task 2 is 250 words. It's not very many words, 250. Not that many, okay? And you have 40 minutes to write them. So you have actually plenty of time for people of your ability to be able to write 250 words. That's only about 25 lines of writing in 40 minutes. All right, so you have plenty of time to think about this. These are the types of essay. They are all fairly much the same, actually, even though they have different, they will ask you different things in the question. They still pretty much ask you the same sort of thing, and that is discussion, advantage, disadvantage, solutions. They all require pretty much the same sort of answer. You just have to maybe organize your paragraphs a little bit differently. So again, as part of the introduction, you have to have 2 statements, a paraphrase of the essay question and a thesis statement, which is a direct answer to the essay question and an introduction to your ideas. Now, the introduction paragraph is brief, less than 50 words. Okay, so only about 5 lines of writing, 50 words. And we'll do this next week, okay? But again, I'll just give you a quick example here. Here is the sample question. The best way to improve health is to do regular exercise. To what extent do you agree? Okay, now this part of the question here could also be discuss. Could just have one word, discuss, and you still give the same answer. All right, you will still look at the advantages and disadvantages of doing regular exercise. So the first tip I'm going to leave you with, or in fact, the only tip at this stage, is don't be put off by the question part. All right, it'll say, what is your opinion? Or discuss, or give the advantages and disadvantages. To what extent do you agree is a direct question. All right, but they all require the same sort of answer. All right, so don't let this part here confuse you, because this is what you're going to be answering. The best way to improve health is to do regular exercise. Yes or no, and these are the reasons why. And the introduction to your essay must contain a paraphrase of the essay question and also a thesis statement. So the paraphrase that I have written is this. So the best way to improve health is to do regular exercise. My paraphrase is, the most effective method in developing and improving health is considered to be daily exercise. So you can see I have just said exactly the sentence using just a few different words. This is my paraphrase, and my thesis statement is, in my opinion, all right, because that's what it's asked me for. To what extent do you agree? So I have said, in my opinion, I could also have said, Paula, what? What could I have said in this opening phrase here instead of in my opinion?
I think.
Yes, well done. I was going to give you an extra clue. I was going to say 2 words, but you beat me to it. Yes, exactly correct. I think. So in my opinion and I think mean exactly the same thing. You can use either one for this sort of essay, either one, in my opinion or I think. If I used I think, it means, of course, I would have to change this slightly because I don't want 2 I's in a row. I think, I agree. All right. So in this case, I've said, in my opinion, I agree that exercise is the key to health. However, I also believe that diet is important. So like I say, you've got 40 minutes to write only 250 words, which gives you 5 minutes to think of what your answer might be. And in the 5 minutes that I had to think about this, I thought, well, being healthy, exercise is good, but also what you eat is also important. So that's why I've said that diet is important. So this is my thesis statement, okay? My direct answer to the essay question and an introduction to my ideas. Then in my next paragraphs, I'm going to go into this in a little bit more detail. All right, so again, we're going to do this next week. So I just wanted to give you this first introduction. A paraphrase is the first way you start this paragraph, and then you give your thesis statement. So we'll look at that next week. Okay. And finally, going back to this again. Okay. Michael, please, can you read
Yes.
number one, please?
11-hour decision. A decision that is made at the last possible minute.
For example.
For example, she made an 11-hour decision to go to Da Nang after all.
Okay. Does that make sense to you, Michael, that expression?
Yeah.
11th hour decision. It comes from, if you want to know where it comes from the Bible, it comes from the Christian Bible. There is some verse in the Bible that talks about the 11th hour being the last moment you have to make up your mind about something.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's something like that. It's something from the Bible anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Who haven't I talked to for a while? Viet Linh. Viet Linh.
Yes.
Number 2, please, Viet Linh.
Earth shattering, something very important, shocking, or traumatic. Example. She made the earth shattering decision not to go to university despite years of planning.
Okay, good reading. Viet Linh, does that make sense?
Yes, it
Earth
did.
shattering makes sense? Okay, good. Okay, tone, please. Number 3.
Yeah, eating humble pie.
Yes, eat humble pie. Eat humble pie. Yeah.
Pie.
Yeah.
Make a humble apology and accept humiliation.
Good. Good pronunciation. Yes, humiliation. You are right. Humiliation, tone.
Yeah.
Sorry, please continue.
For example, after being sent off for fighting, the football player was made to eat humble pie.
Okay, so humble pie means to make an apology, a very humble apology, such as I'm really, really sorry. Okay, that is called eating humble pie. I don't know where that saying came from, all right, but you sometimes hear this expression in English. He or she was made to eat humble pie, means they had to make a very sincere and heartfelt apology. Okay, knock, please. Number 4.
Hi. Okay.
Hello, knock. Number 4.
Elephant in the room. An
Yes.
elephant in the room is a problem that everyone knows very well, but no one talks about because it's forbidden or embarrassing. For example, the president's alcoholism was the elephant in the room. All her colleagues knew she had a drinking problem, but no one could talk about it.
Okay, excellent reading, except for this word, Knock. Can you pronounce this word? Where I have the mouse pointer?
Colleges.
It is pronounced colleagues, 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 okay? It's different
Okay.
from colleges. It has the extra A and a U in there, okay? That makes it different from colleges. Colleagues, okay? A colleague is someone you work or study with, okay? For example,
Okay.
colleague, it's usually someone you work with. Someone you study with is usually a classmate. Someone in your class is a classmate, but a colleague is someone you work with. Okay, so elephant in the room is actually a very common expression in English. You will see this or hear this quite often. People talk about the elephant in the room, and it's usually a big problem that everyone knows about, hence the word elephant. It's big, all right? It's a big problem everyone knows about, but everyone is too scared to talk about in public or together. And the example I've thought of is maybe the president has a drinking problem, but no one wants to talk about it. So the president being drunk often is, of course, a big problem for the country, but no one wants to actually talk to them about it because they are maybe too scared or embarrassed about it. I hope that makes sense. Okay, only two more of these. Hakan, number, what is it? 5, number 5, please, Hakan.
Egg on your face. If someone has egg on their face, they are made to look foolish or embarrassed. Example, her failure to win even a single game left her with egg on her face.
Okay, does that make sense, Hakan?
Yes.
Okay, this is a common expression in English, okay? He or she has egg on their face. Means they are embarrassed about something. Maybe it's something that should have been very easy for them, but they made a mistake with it. So they end up with egg on their face. Again, I don't know where that expression comes from. Why egg on your face? Why not rice on your face? Or why not chicken on your face? I don't know why they choose egg, but that's what the expression is, okay? Just means if you have egg on your face, you are embarrassed about something. And by the way, when you see e.g., it means for example. So it's best to say for example and not just example. All right, and the last one, Kian, please. Kian.
An eye for an eye. This is an expression for reciprocal justice, where if you injure or hurt someone, the same thing is done to you.
Okay, good reading, Kian. Okay, this word is reciprocal. I think you got it on the second try, reciprocal. Okay, I know, very annoying. The C is soft here and it's hard here. Reciprocal. Okay, eye for an eye also comes from the Bible, by the way, the same as 11th hour. Eye for an eye. It means if you do something to someone that hurts them, maybe the same thing will be done to you.
Sounds like karma.
Yeah, like karma. I guess karma. But it's a little bit more precise than karma, I guess.
Yeah, in general, it's basically like karma, right?
Yeah, but it's basically like karma, an eye for an eye. So it just means if you hurt someone, they can hurt you the same way. If they want to get justice. All right. Are there any of those that don't make sense to anybody?
Can I ask what's the meaning of reciprocal?
Oh, reciprocal means it's like,
Lẫn nhau ấy.
sorry, Mrs. Ha?
No, it doesn't matter. Sorry. Okay.
Okay. It means reciprocal means like two-way. If someone gives you a gift, you give them a gift often, okay?
In
All right.
return,
Yes,
just
in
like-
return, and that is
Oh.
called reciprocal gift giving.
Oh.
Okay, so reciprocal means doing the same thing for someone else that they've done for you.
Okay.
Trong tiếng Việt
thank
mình
you.
có dùng cái từ kiểu như là gọi là
Có qua có lại cô.
xong mới lẫn nhau ấy, tức là tương hỗ
Vâng.
tương trợ lẫn nhau này, hay hoặc là làm cái gì lẫn nhau ấy, kiểu thế, đúng rồi.
Vâng.
Ừ.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Rick.
That's okay. You're welcome. All right, everyone. So can you please turn your cameras on so I can say good afternoon? Okay. That's better. It's great to see you. All right. All the lesson, I hear your voices and I never get to see your faces. So it's nice to see you at the beginning and the end of the lesson. So again, I know some of you were tired this afternoon, and I know some of you are still suffering the effects of maybe your first or second COVID injection. I hope you feel better soon. All right. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you again, as always, for concentrating hard. I know that you have often many lessons on a weekend, and this is just one of them, but I'm always impressed by how well you concentrate. And I also thought all of you did very well in your talk this afternoon, especially the endings. It's really good to hear you are all getting the endings more or less correct. Okay, and that sounds, and it makes such a difference when I hear a good ending to your talk. As I said before, it makes the whole talk sound better. Even if you made some mistakes partway through the talk, having a confident ending makes the whole thing sound better. All right, and that will be good if you do an exam for this. It will leave a good impression with the examiner. Okay, so again, thank you very much for your attention this afternoon. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I hope those of you who are tired get enough rest tonight, and I will see you next weekend. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Oh,
Goodbye, teacher.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, bye.
Happy New Year.
Goodbye.
Bye. Paula, can you stay, please? Paula, where is she?
She
Paula ơi.
disconnected already.
Ôi, Paula, cô thầy bảo
She's in
con
a
vào
hurry
nhìn
to
vào nói
go.
chuyện với thầy. Ok. Con vào
Chào
chuyện.
cô.
Ok. Moment please. Ý là chào con. Moment please.
Yes,
See.
get her back.
Bỗng ơi,
Thank
vào
you,
lại
Nam.
đi.
Đấy, nó tệ. Thế đấy sao ạ? Yeah. She left very fast.
Yes, she is very fast.
Yeah.
She think,
Oh,
well, she probably thank God that's finished. She's thinking.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, hi.
Hi, Paula. Welcome back. Thank you. It's been very fun.
Yeah.
Okay,